Hey guys, so with summer right around the corner, that only means one thing. Finals are coming up. And for me, I just had mine last week and finished them up actually just a couple days ago. And it was extremely stressful. It always is. They're worth like 25% of your grade, which is absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. You have this whole semester's worth of work and it really all comes down to one test at the end as to what your grade is going to be. So for me, it's extremely stressful time and I freak out, but I've learned to just kind of take things slow and then it'll be a lot better. So I thought that it would be good to do a video on how I kind of study for finals since they're coming up for a lot of you guys. I know some of you have had them. If you're in college, you've probably had them already, but for high school and middle school, they will be coming up really soon. So first of all, what I do is I just kind of take a huge deep breath before I even start thinking about what I need to do, because like I said, since it's worth so much of your grade, it really stresses me out. I know it stresses a lot of other people out, so just take a deep breath, try not to think about how much it's worth while you're studying, and just try and study to the best of your ability. Okay, next what I do is I kind of allot out my time. I'll make kind of a schedule as to when I'm going to study, like what part of the day I'm going to study, and then what subjects I'm going to study. Because like, let's say you're really good in math and you have a high A in there and you're doing fabulous. Obviously you don't need to spend as much time studying for math as you would if you had like a B or C in history or something. So just allot out your time so that you know when you need to study and what classes you need to study for, so that part isn't as hectic. And then for each class, I always study class by class. I never, try and study classes mixed together. I'll never study for math and science at the same time, because more than likely you'll get confused as to kind of what class it kind of pertains to, and you'll get material mixed up, and you don't want to do that. Because if you have, let's say, an essay question, you don't want to start writing about some theorem in science on your math test, because that would be really bad. So I study class by class. I don't mix them up. And for each class, I'll have my book, I'll have notes that I took, any lecture notes that your teacher provided, and then any PowerPoints that they went over that you have access to, I would definitely utilize those. Then any handouts that the teacher gave you, like worksheets with example problems or any homework problems that you did, I would have those with me as well. And then I just kind of dig into it. I'll look over my notes first. Since most of the time final exams are cumulative, so they're over all of the information that you've done in that class since day one, I will start looking at my notes first and just kind of be like, okay, I did this 4 months ago. I have no idea what's going on. So then I'll kind of go back to the book, reread a little bit, and refresh my memory on the stuff that I did super long time ago. So I'll do that first. I'll go through my notes. If there's any sections that I'm not really sure about, then I'll go back in the book and kind of reread a couple paragraphs or a little section that I need to, so that I understand what's going on, and then I'll just get through all of my notes that way. And then for the book, at this point, if you haven't read the chapters, there's not really enough time for you to read all of the chapters, so I would just really focus on the chapter summaries or the key concepts that you need to know for each chapter. The key concepts will usually tell you at the beginning of the chapter, and then the chapter summaries obviously are at the end of each chapter if your book is set up like that. So I will read the chapter summaries in the beginning stages of studying, just because it kind of refreshes your memory, like I said again, and then I'll always read those the night before the test as well, so that I get any details that they have in there are fresh on my mind. So then I'll do that, and then if it's an application-based class, so if it's a math class for example, I'll go over my homework really well. I'll maybe pick a couple problems from each chapter or each section and do those again, make sure I know how to do them, so that I'll be ready for the test. If it's not an application-based class, so like history, I probably won't go over the homework necessarily in detail, just because there's not really a lot of homework, I guess, that I've ever had in a history class. But For classes that it's mainly memorization, I just go over my notes over and over and over again. I'll read through the lecture slides or PowerPoint slides that the teacher made up if they did, just because more than likely whatever the teacher has given you, that's what they're going to test you on. So I'll just go over that numerous times. And then, like I said in a previous video, if you go through your notes and there's a section that you're not really sure of, you're kind of iffy on, but you really want to pay attention to it, I would start or highlight it as you're going through so that the night before the test or a couple days before the test, you can go back and really focus on the parts that you're not really sure about rather than going through all of your notes all over again, wasting time doing that over and over again when you could really be focusing on what you need to. So that's really all that I do studying for finals. I know some people will start about a week in advance. Some people start the night before and cram the whole entire nighttime, which if you're in college, you probably do that. I haven't had an all-nighter yet, but I'm sure it's going to be coming. All my friends do it all the time. Thankfully, I haven't had to do it yet. Because I try not to, because sleep is one of my favorite things to do. But anyway, I would say the most important thing when studying for finals is not to freak out and to just have a schedule kind of laid out. Maybe you're going to start 2 weeks in advance before finals so that you can study maybe an hour a day, and then, you know, 3 or 4 days before the test, you'll start studying more. But just try and make it calm. Don't get too freaked out about it. And if you're gonna spend all day on like a Saturday studying for, you know, one subject, you're gonna get to the point where your brain is fried and you have no idea what you're even looking at. So if it comes to the point where you're gonna have to do that, try and take breaks. So maybe study for an hour or two and then go get a snack or go on a walk, or just kind of watch maybe a TV show or something just to kind of get your mind off of it. You can kind of regroup, relax your brain, and then come back to it. So that's kind of what I do. That's my advice for taking finals. If you have any other questions about finals, leave them in the comments below and I'll comment back to you. If you have like specific questions or something I didn't address in this video, then leave it in the comments below. And I have a question for you guys about summer. So summer, like I said, is coming up. Obviously, that's why I did a finals video. You guys know that. But over the summer, what do you guys kind of want to see from me? Since it's not really, like, you're not going to be in school, so studying or how to, you know, be organized for school isn't really beneficial to you guys over the summer. So if you guys have ideas that you want me to do over the summer, leave those in the comments below as well. And I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you're having a wonderful day and good luck on all of your tests. Bye!